What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy King Dray, and I am here with my introductory video to my YouTube channel. Now let's get to the house so I can answer your long-awaited questions. Just like that, we are back. So, like I said, it's the introductory video to my YouTube channel, and we're gonna answer some questions that you guys been wanting to know about me in this video, man. So, first question some of y'all asked was, how old am I? I am 30 years old. I am an old head, officially. Nah, I'm 30 years old. My birthday's April 3rd. I'm definitely a spring baby, but I don't like being cold. So yeah, that's that question. Another question that you guys asked me is, if money wasn't an issue, what would you do with your life, and what are your wildest dreams? If money wasn't the issue, man, I would, well, to be honest with you, if money wasn't the issue, I would live in, well, I mean, in my dream place, LA. I would definitely live in LA. Definitely in Malibu, of course. I mean, you get to oversee the water, you can see the city from, yeah, I would definitely live in LA. Well, Malibu, same difference. If you've been there, you know what it is. You know, LA, Malibu is kind of one of the two, one and the same. But yeah, so, and my wildest dreams is to be a billionaire one day. So that's one of my wildest dreams, to be a billionaire, own multiple companies, which I already do, you know. But growing those companies and getting those companies to where I believe that they can flourish and be the best they can be is one of my wildest dreams. Not working for anybody, but working for myself is one of my dreams. What advice would I give my 10-year-old self? Don't go back and forth with people. It is not worth your time. You know, one thing I would say is that, you know, if something I learned as I got older, man, is if people really genuinely care for you and are there for you, they're not going to purposely do their best to make your life a living hell. So with that being said, anybody that's in your life that really cares about you, that really wants the best for you, they're going to make sure that you succeed in everything that you do. So I would tell my 10-year-old self that keep your circle small and keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the positive things in life. Don't always look at the negative and not worry about what people are doing and saying behind my back, because at the end of the day, they can't do or say anything that's going to hurt. You know, so that's what I would say. There's more I can go into that, but that's just a little, yeah. Okay, in a world that desires to do everything against the will of God, how do you reflect Christ into your life as a man of God? Well, I am very big in the church, to be honest with you. I love my church, to be honest with you. And I continuously go and pray and put all my problems and all my situations that come into my life in God's hand, because me being a person of God, I know that I can't fight my battles without Him. And I ain't even go fight my battles to begin with, because I'm gonna lose if I fight them by myself. And I learned that as I was growing up and all this other good stuff. I learned that as I was, you know, growing into the man that I am today. Being this man that I am now, learned a lot, man. Learning that I can't fight my battles on my own. Can't worry about what everybody else say about me. Can't worry about what's going right and what's going wrong. You just gotta really, you know, let that battle be fought by God. Now, some things you do put on yourself. I will say that. Some troubles you do put on yourself, but that's where the learning curve comes from. You know, that's where the you know, God will put you in certain situations for you to learn from. And if you're not really connected to Him and or connected in your spiritual, your mindset, you don't really grasp why you're going through things. You won't grasp why certain situations happen, or how to get out of certain situations and what to learn from certain situations. I will say that. So when you connect it and all the other good stuff, with Christ or whatever, or your spiritual aspect, and you go through something, you're supposed to learn from that. And when you learn from that, you do better. And when you do better, when you know better, you do better. If that makes sense. Let me see. Oh, one of the questions is, where am I from and where do I live now? Okay, so currently I am in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm born and raised here. The city has changed. I will say that the city has definitely changed. It is one of those up-and-coming cities where it's a lot of artists and a lot of people that are household names live here, come here, pass through here, and I have the opportunity to meet a lot of people. Case in point, tonight, going to see some of our, but that's another question. That's another topic for discussion or whatever. But the city is growing, man. It's like Atlanta. Atlanta is like 2.5 hours away, so it's really growing, and it has some things that a lot of people don't know. It's some gems in this city that a lot of people don't know about, but it's a good city to be in right now. So another question that was asked is, how long have I been doing content creating? I've been doing content creation for, I want to say, a little over about 6-7 years. I have a marketing agency. I've been doing that for about 10 years, but really dove deep into it a few years after I started my business. So I'll say about 6-7 years, a little more, probably a little longer than that. I really haven't dug into it, but probably a little longer than 6-7 years. But I'm gonna go ahead and say 6 to 7 to be on the safe side. So another question that one of you guys asked was, am I single and do I have any children? I am single as a dang Pringle, and no, I don't have any children. Never been married, no kids, and yes, I am single. Do I want kids? Do I want marriage? Do I want all of the other the finer things in life? Of course. Who doesn't? Well, I ain't gonna say who doesn't, but of course I do. So yeah, I'm just waiting till that person comes, and when that person comes is when I guess I'll be ready. Or I'm already ready, but I'll be here. I'll be here. All right, so another question that one of you guys asked is, how has the dating scene been for me? I'm going to be completely honest with you, and I'm going to be very straightforward. The dating scene has been, the dating pool definitely have a little bit of piss. Somebody sprinkled a little bit in there, a little bit of dookie, It's definitely a couple turds that, definitely swam past me. It's crazy. I'm just gonna put it like that. The dating scene is wild. It's insane. People in their mindsets it's insane. I'm just gonna put it like that. I've been single for about 2 years now. Well, technically, probably a little longer than that. They say when a woman breaks up with you, she probably done broke up with you already in her head. So I'm probably single for a little longer than 2 years. But yeah, and officially about 2 years. Yeah. So, but dating scene it's okay. It's not favorable, obviously, because I'm still single. Am I dating anyone? Not really. Not really. It's bad, man. It's bad. Do I want to date? Yeah, of course. I definitely do want to date, but as of right now, no one decides they want to be serious, or no one decides they want to date. Everybody's for themselves these days, so, and that's okay. I mean, I'm not saying nobody shouldn't be for themselves, but everybody's for themselves these days. Nobody really want to settle down because for their own reasons. I just say that. All right, so another question that was asked is, what are my hobbies or what do I do in my spare time? Um, Something that you guys will see on this channel, man. I will be doing a lot of traveling, so that's one of my many. Sorry, somebody's in the background making a lot of noise, but that is part of my many hobbies, man. Traveling is something that I love to do. Seeing new places, experiencing new things is it's just something about it that is awesome. So yeah, traveling, going to the gun range. What else? I don't know. Traveling, going to the gun range, shopping. I am a female when it comes to like clothes and stuff like that. I love clothes. I love going to the mall. I actually don't mind being in the mall all day because it's just like, you know, you get to see new things. You get to actually piece outfits together, and I like looking good. I am a light-skinned chocolate nigga in art. But yeah, that's about it as far as I can think of right now. All right, so another question that one of you guys asked me was, what do you want the world to remember about you or know of you when you're gone? Okay, so that's a loaded question, but I'm gonna try to answer it. I want the world to know, when I leave this world, man, I definitely want it to be a footprint in this world that nobody in this world could feel. I definitely want my footprint to be huge, monumental, because of the type of person that I am, I'm a good, loving, character, person that will give the shirt off my back to anybody that's in need, man. And that's just the way I was raised. Raised by my grandmother, so for those that want to know, was definitely raised by my grandmother. She basically taught me the ins and outs of who I need to be. I was also raised by my godparents. They're the truth, man. I really rock with them. One day y'all meet them, but they showed me everything that I need to know to be a good man out here, especially my dad, godfather. But back to the question, I would definitely want people to know how good of a person I was and the things that I have done for my community, and it's, even when I'm gone, I'm still doing for my community. I would want people to know that, my word. I would want my words to speak for me, even when I'm dead and gone. I would want quotes or whatever that I say, or things that the inspirations that I give people to live with them and live in the world, even when I'm gone. So, yeah, I guess that answers that question for sure. All right, so another one of you guys asked, what is a good characteristic about myself and what do I love about myself? A good characteristic about myself is that I'm very loyal. Sometimes that can come back and bite me in the butt, but it is what it is. I'm very loyal. I definitely stick by those that I really rock with. I'm an introverted extrovert. When I'm around you and if I'm rock with you, I can be very extroverted. But if I don't know you, or if I don't really rock with you like that, then I can be very quiet. I can be very standoffish, and that's just how I am. I don't really dwell in a lot of foolery or nonsense, and I really stay to myself. And if I have the power of discernment, so I'll be able to read the room pretty well. So if I see that there's some mess that I am not too privy to, I kind of stay to myself, or I excuse myself from the situation very quickly. And I usually do that a lot. So if I'm going out somewhere and I see that the atmosphere is not something that I can see myself having a good time in or being around, I kind of I get up out of there. Also, my circle is very small. I got a good friend named Matt. He lives back up in DC. And as far as friends, man, I think that's about it as far as friends that I really have. I'm not really saying that I don't have more friends than that, but as far as my road dog, yeah, Matt, that's about it, man. Matt is a real one. That's a real guy. So yeah, my circle is pretty small, and I don't know if it's gonna get any bigger. To be real with you, unless somebody comes around that proves that they're worthy of being in that circle. But these days it's so hard to have good friends, man. So good friends is so hard to come by. It's just you gotta hold on to the ones that's in your corner for real, because people stab you in the back while smiling in your face. Yeah, that's just how life is, unfortunately. All right, and with that would be the end of this video of my introductory to my YouTube channel. So I greatly appreciate y'all for coming by and checking out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on our next video. Excuse me.